Wes is from Colne, which is also near Burnley. Occupation, a youth and community worker. And fact, lives in a flat above a pub which he thinks might be haunted.
Well, that's what they say, but they do drink a lot. So.
Oh, do they? Right.
Back then, I was thinking to myself, this is easy. Just play pool with kids, take them on trips, and you know, I didn't see there was anything else to it, and I was quite happy getting paid a decent amount of money just to mess around, really. That's the way I've seen it. But as I've been into it over the years, I've started to get more into it, you know, the social side of it and what you're actually trying to do, which is making a great effect on, you know, people's lives. At first I just seen it as a bit of a mess around and getting paid for it. But over the years, as I've stuck to it, my whole attitude's changed about it. I had a plan up to the end of school and in sixth form. That all changed when I left sixth form after the first year. So I wasn't really sure. I just jumped into a factory job.
Wesley would describe himself as a likeable rogue. He was initially an absolute nightmare.
It all changed as soon as I started working at the youth club, and I got lucky and got a lot of hours straight away before I had time to think. That was what I was doing, and that's what I was spending most of my time on. It was all women in my family, you know, whether it be just partners split up and they've never been there or whatever it is. It's just all women. That's why I'm such a bit of a ladies' man. I've not been up here for years, really. So you can still see all the things on the wall that I helped make as a kid. When I was actually attending this youth club, not when I was working here, but when I was actually attending this youth club, we made all this, and there's actually photos of us somewhere, you know, cutting it all out with a jigsaw and that. And this one here, that one there, the second one up from the bottom, that's mine. I made that as a kid. And then of course, this has been here ever since. And even though the youth club's shut, they haven't taken it down. And so I used to come here as a young person, and then I started working here, you know, afterwards, as you know. And yeah, it's the first time I've been up here in years, I tell you.
When was the last time you came?
A long time ago. Back then it wasn't as strict on rules even. But one day if it was sunny, we'd just take the kids up on there. There's a bit of a knockabout now. You have to plan everything and fill in a shitload of forms before you can.
He's absolutely fantastic in his job. He's a really good youth worker. He can engage with young people from all backgrounds. I think he engages better with disaffected youths, really, because he's got more. He's got emotion and expression in his face when he's talking to them, and I think they see that as genuine.
I thought I wanted to sleep with him. You know, it was barefaced, but I didn't have much struggle there. No, I thought, yeah, you were alright, you know, a bit of a... I didn't really think of it. I don't know.
KRT, Anthony.
Oh, stop.
No, I'm going to pass it over to Wes.
Carrot.
K-A-R-A-T.
Carrot? Well, interesting. I know what you're getting at, and it's good, a carrot of gold. Well done.
I think his priorities when he was at school was just to have fun. And I think every day he came in with the intention, maybe not deliberate, but making school as possibly fun as it could. I think the reason why Wesley behaved that way, and I honestly, I don't think it's true, I think he was too intelligent.
There's been many incidents, you know, and I always, like if we were raising money for charity, I'd always think, well, this is a perfect opportunity to entertain people, and except it can be labelled as doing something good. There was one thing where I stood in a field for a day in a hula hoop, you know, the hula hoops from PE, and I stood in that hula hoop all day. That was a challenge, so I had to convince teachers to let me have time off lessons. That made me feel good. I thought, well, I'm entertaining people, because at break time they'd all swamp over and everyone would come and speak to me.
I don't remember all the times he got in trouble. When I spoke to him recently, he spent a lot of time, he said, in my office during years 7 and 8. And I don't remember that very, very well. But I do remember him particularly as he got older, because I taught him every single day, almost for those 2 years, I would speak to him on a one-to-one basis about his behaviour.
There's two types of organisations. There's voluntary and statutory. Now this charity was voluntary, that they didn't have to be doing that, and so they searched for their own funding. Yeah, I'm happy in the way that I'm where I want to be as far as opportunities are concerned, because soon I'll qualify, and just recently I've been thinking about going to work with young offenders, and so as soon as I qualify, so many doors will open and I can branch off into any area I like. So whether that be working with young offenders, working in the juvenile prison services, working in children's homes, I can branch off in so many directions. So I'm happy because pretty soon I can take any path I like, and I'll always have this qualification behind me to make any steps I might want to take. I am actually thinking, you know, this is going to be my career, not, wow, what a good job, I'm getting paid to play pool, you know what I mean?
From underneath the trees, we watch the sky, confusing stars, the satellites. I never dreamed that you'd be mine, but here we are, we're here tonight, singing, hey, man, I'm alive, singing, hey, man, I am alive. Died and I'm singing, hey, amen, amen, I'm alive, amen, 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 I'm alive, and in the end.